Well, hello, my beautiful Virgo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for January 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Virgo, this is your monthly reading for January 2024. I can't believe 2023 went by so quickly. It's almost like time is speeding up there. But here we are. January is marking the dawn of another year. But it's not just the marking of a new chapter. We also have one of the most significant and powerful transits occurring on the 20th of January. We have heavyweight transformative planet Pluto moving into the maverick sign of Aquarius. Now, this really is a big deal. Last time Pluto moved signs was in 2008, and it moved into the sign of Capricorn, which rules money, governments, and power struggles. Now, Pluto can be a very destructive force. It also brings the hidden to light. And in 2008, we saw one of the most notably difficult financial crashes the world has ever witnessed. Pluto will retrograde periodically back into Capricorn, but ultimately it will remain in Aquarius until March 2043. That's right, you heard it, 2043. That really is a long time. Pluto's influence in Aquarius now will encourage innovation, especially in areas of technology. So we may see some changes there. Also, a strengthening of community, people standing up for their rights and desiring more freedom and change for the world to be a better place. Also, a yearning for more independence. Any hidden agendas or information hidden from the collective is set to be revealed from 2024 onwards. But watch out for distractions sent to camouflage these potentially controversial moments. They are coming to hinder the process. And on a personal note, you will see it influencing you in major ways to transform your life, reestablish your power, and exert your independent nature. You'll be bold and daring and do things you've never done before. There's going to be a lot of firsts in 2024 for you, my beautiful Virgo, but also for the collective, of course. It's a time to integrate and spread your wings to fly, though, essentially. And on a psychological level, it will help you break negative patterns and free yourself up from any self-sabotage traits or self-doubt, okay? As I say that, you've got the shadow self, which is a devil card, and the fool card. So that is leaving all negativity behind, obsessive energy, over-analyzing, and maybe even some doubt there. You're leaving it behind and you're embracing 2024 because there is a lot of good stuff to come for you as well there. But we'll get into your energy more in a moment. Now, of course, you know, Mercury, planet of communication, also goes direct, making for a smoother transition into 2024. Any delays that you've been experiencing will be freed up and solutions are found quicker. Also, good news arrives faster. So if you're waiting on something, expect movement in that area as well. Collectively, we'll all access clear, logical thinking. You'll feel more organized to get back into a routine that helps you and make a shift or any decisions to change your life in some way for the better. Also to enable you to reach successful milestones in your life. This time of year really is when you implement New Year resolutions or intentions to cut something out or even add something to your life to make it better in some way. Now, also, it's all about planning, strategizing. That'll be at the forefront of your mind. And Jupiter, planet of good luck, expansion, and opportunity, will be in the sign of Taurus. So you'll feel more money and budget focused and get serious about your goals with a renewed fire in your soul. Now, combining all these elements, you may find new ways of earning money or saving finances this year to create security in an ever-changing environment. There'll also be some bumpy times ahead in 2024. Don't get me wrong, they are coming. But ultimately, the year ahead also has so much potential for you to tap into, and January is your blueprint to start from, to reach higher than ever before, attain true happiness and comfort as well as prosperity. Now, we have a new moon in Capricorn on the 11th of January, and that's a power-packed transformational energy to get stuff done, to really shape your reality in the way that you know best. Also, the full moon in Leo on the 25th reminds us all to be flamboyant, to try and live our best lives whilst at the same time being humble as well there. Now, you're going to be influenced by your 5th house, my beautiful Virgo. That's the pursuit of pleasure, happiness, and really letting your hair down. Going out there, having fun, accepting invitations, coming out of your comfort zone to seek more excitement, more spontaneity. Some of you may even pick up a hobby during this time or revamp your life in some way. Some of you may even, decide to revamp yourself or reinvent yourself in some way. This could be through your wardrobe, your personal expression, or even where you live or how you connect to things. I definitely see you're going to be very productive in the month of January, and I feel you're going to be very goal-oriented, but I definitely see that you are changing your lifestyle in some way, and it's more about the fun things. So I'm actually seeing like a planner, and you like booking things way ahead of time throughout the year, things to look forward to. So I feel like you're trying to create these milestones of happiness, of fun, of adventure, of exploration. And I feel that you are almost like plotting or doing plot points throughout the year for things that are going to be a whole lot of fun, okay? And you're going to meet new people as well throughout the year that will actually become your soul tribe long term. Now, also, your 12th house, the deepest part of your chart, will influence you at the end of January, and you may feel more sensitive than usual, emotions kind of fluctuating, especially with the moon cycles there as well. Ultimately, this is a time to commit yourself to your higher self, and if you're on a spiritual path, you may develop a deeper sense of awareness and receive important messages for your personal growth and development. Also, I feel some of you may book a spiritual retreat, for example. Now, there is kind of like a fluctuating energy about you. At the beginning of the month, it's like you're in the vibe of doing, getting out there, being social. So you may actually like plan to meet up with people and feel like it's a really great idea to reunite with people. And then towards the end of the month, if you've booked something at the beginning of the month that's going to occur towards the end of the month, suddenly when the date arrives, you may be like, don't really fancy going there because the 12th house is about withdrawing. So you may book something or arrange something, and it's not really like you to arrange something and then cancel it. However, you may actually feel a little bit more like hermit mode at the end of the month because you may be focusing on important projects, or you may have been really super busy, and I feel you need a little bit of time, extra time to kick back and relax and recharge your batteries. And that's right at the end of the month there. Also, I feel, you are going to open yourself up more to the potential of what 2024 has to offer with a little bit more excitement or a little bit more enthusiasm. Because some of you, especially with the Devil card being your protagonist energy, your first card, some of you may be wondering, how is 2024 going to be any different from 2023? And you're kind of expecting hardships, or you're preparing for difficult energy. And don't get me wrong, collectively, there are some big surprises in store for us all. But I feel like you're in a really good position to navigate any of those changes and put yourself in a really good position to embrace them, to make it work in your favor. So, this is the Shadow Self card. So this is really about examining where you feel stuck in your life, because you're making a promise to yourself to become unstuck, to embrace more exciting things, to open yourself up to a wonderful kind of innovative and inspirational energy where you're doing things differently. Because I feel some of you have been stuck in a rut, or you felt a little bit low energy and you felt helpless to change your circumstances in some way, but it's covered by the star. and the Temperance card. So I feel like you're identifying. The star is to see, to be clear, and to really embrace a new phase of life or a different way of living that actually disconnects from anything that's toxic for you. Now, this could be within a friendship or a relationship or even an environment, a working environment or a community or even like an area, a neighborhood. It can also be in food substances or habits, because this is about you looking at bad habits. Okay. Now, it's really interesting that a lot of signs are having a very similar message of wanting to break old cycles or old habits, something that perhaps you do time and time again, that you are so over it, right? Whether it's second guessing yourself, whether it is over analyzing something, whether it's giving someone the benefit of the doubt who doesn't deserve it, whether it's a food substance that makes you feel bloated, lethargic, or gives you a spike of like insulin or a spike of anxiety. I feel like you're really identifying it and saying enough is enough. Also, it could be that you are looking at where you waste your time, where you procrastinate. And I feel like you're getting a little bit more organized this month to set yourself up for the rest of the year. So I see a lot of planning going on. I feel like you're trying to look at all the negatives that you've experienced in order to heal them, get closure on them. The World card tells me you're getting a lot of closure in a lot of areas of your life. And it really is a new year, new start, new you, new everything for you, because a star is very new energy and it is like a brighter future to look forward to. So you're going to embrace lots of new ideas, lots of growth. I feel like you are hopeful of what is to come and what you can achieve. And I definitely see that you're going to be doing that as well. The star is letting yourself be seen. So it really does connect to that fifth house of pursuing things where you feel happy, going to like festivals or, theater or art or sports events or, being a little bit more sociable and, allowing your light to shine. Also, I feel like you're cutting out situations or people or friendships where you feel unappreciated, where, you put a lot of effort into something and, of course, sometimes people cannot give back in reciprocity because they've got a lot of stuff going on and you understand that. But I feel if you've been giving to a situation or a person that's just taking and draining you of your resources or draining you of your wonderful light, I feel like you're kind of a little bit discouraged of, connecting to that. It's almost like you want to disconnect completely from that. Now, also, I feel like some of you have passed a very trying time or a very testing time. You've gone through a difficult phase, but I definitely see this new year is going to work in your favor. And January is like leaving that negativity behind, leaving the confusion behind, and getting clear on what it is that you want and what is healthy for you, because the star energy is all about healthiness. It's about choosing the right situations for you, but also it's a card of wishes, okay? And it can mean that some of you, you may feel that you've been wishing for something for a while and it hasn't shown up for you. And perhaps some of you feel it's time sensitive, or perhaps some of you have felt that it's never going to show up for you. You may have been obsessing about it, but I definitely see that you're liberating yourself from that obsessive energy. And I feel like some of you also, if you've been unwell, you may have felt that you want to get up and start moving and be back to best and, doing all the stuff, but you need to give yourself time to convalesce and really, recharge your batteries and feel when the right moment is to get back into the fray, as it were, of life. Now, the star energy is a really awesome energy to have, especially as it's covering the Devil card, because it means you're identifying areas in your life where you feel truly helpless to change your situation. And the universe is stepping in to bring good karma to help you detach and free yourself up from that, level of vulnerability, or, step away from anything that has weighed heavy on your shoulders. This card also can highlight that you're acutely aware of where you feel tempted. And as the beginning of the year starts, collectively humans, we tend to make an intention, or we decide to make a resolution of giving something up, or, not smoking or not drinking or not taking too much sugar or not connecting to that ex, or whatever it is that you're deciding to in some way free yourself up from, I feel like there is temptation there, and you're highly acutely aware of temptation, but you have a lot of willpower, especially with the Temperance card. That's like you are not allowing anything to derail you from your intentions, and I feel everything in moderation is important. I mean, some of you may recognize that when you decide to cut something out, suddenly you crave it more. Okay, whether it's coffee, that's definitely for me. I need my coffee first thing in the morning. It can be if I decide I'm not going to have it, it's like suddenly I really need it. It's like this overriding energy. And I feel some of you are deciding that perhaps cutting something out drastically may not have worked for you in the past. So you may start to moderate it in your life in some way, just so that you kind of like wean yourself off it so that the temptation is not greater. But I feel the majority of my beautiful Virgos out there, you have such incredible willpower. When you decide something, you're done. It's over. It's cut and run. You're not going back to it. So I definitely see that you're looking at temptation and where you could like eradicate something that's not been working for you as well, whether that's an addiction or an obsession or whether it's overthinking or overanalyzing. I feel like you're very clear of mind in the month of January and of course beyond. And I feel that you're actually going to implement a lot of new ideas in your true life's purpose, your true life's mission. You've got the Temperance card there, which is all about like re-examining your priorities, what's important in your life, and not stressing about the small stuff. When you get the Temperance card, this is about your true calling. It's about being on the right path, following your heart, and blending your energies to make something really special happen in your life. You're someone who's very gifted, very talented, and also very resourceful with what you have in life, and you make a little go a long way, and at the same time, you're someone who can turn a situation around and make it work in your favor. Now, I have to note, there's a lot of water here. Okay, even the World card, there's a big old waterfall there. I'm being given a major message for you to hydrate. Okay, so some of you may have felt dehydrated, or perhaps you overindulged over the holiday season, and I feel like you really are in a period of cleansing, purifying, and rehydrating. Okay, I'm just getting this energy of that. So I feel that's really important. Of course, you may be also a lot more health oriented this month as you set yourself up for the new year ahead. But the Temperance card is patience. Okay, I feel like you've been very patient on a wish, but some of you may have felt that something you're aligning yourself with hasn't shown up just yet, and you're wondering, is it ever going to work out for you? But actually, yes, it is. I see you in training for something as well that you're going to accomplish. Some of you may even launch a business, go solo, and I definitely see it's going to be a very successful venture there as well. Now, you also have the Hermit energy, and it's in the resistance position. Some of you are wanting to get out of the house more or do more things. I feel like you've been through a very intense period of spiritual development and growth. And some of you over 2023, you may have felt there was a stillness or a silence about your life where you've just been getting everything in order. And now this year is where you take a lot of action. You move forward with great strides is what I see there. A lot of pearls of wisdom are headed your way, and you've already gained a lot of knowledge as well. And I feel like you're implementing that knowledge to change your circumstances for the better there too. Now, of course, the Hermit energy, it is introspection. So I feel some of you are really exhausted. Even as you come into 2024, you're wondering, how are things going to be different? I do feel that your 12th house is highly connected to this card, where you go into a deep period of thinking about your place in the world, soul searching, searching for what is missing, okay, and being really enlightened as to how to get where you want to go. And I feel like you will not want distractions as you work on important projects, especially with the King of Wands. If you're influencing your circumstances to launch something or getting creative on something, I feel like you're changing your life in some way and getting inspired. Okay, I mean, you've got a lot of cards of inspiration here where I feel some of you could launch an entrepreneurship or a business idea, or if you are already an entrepreneur, you could branch off in different ways and take the initiative to expand on an international level. And I see that some of you may want to go off grid a little bit in order to focus on what it is that you need to do to make those changes happen. But ultimately, as you can see there, there's a hand, and that hand has a dream catcher. So I feel like you're reflecting on what you need to physically do to accomplish your dreams, to accomplish your goal. And you're going to make a wish become a reality this year. Actually, many, but I feel in January in particular, I feel that some of you may go into some extra training, or you may, put yourself on a course of learning. But I feel like you are challenging yourself in a really exciting way. And I feel like you'll need all your resources in order to accomplish whatever it is that you are trying to do. I feel like there's a leap of faith, a major one here, where you take a risk or a chance on a path, but you're doing your due diligence. It's almost like you've strategized. You've got to a position where you feel you're ready to launch this now, or get busy doing it. For some of you, this could be a promotion or a raise that's coming your way. I will check out finances for you, but I feel like you're going to be very goal-oriented and very productive in the month of January. And I feel it's almost like you're compartmentalizing different areas of your life to create balance and really prioritizing what's important. And I feel like you're being very time efficient. Time is a factor for you. I feel like you're not wanting to waste time. There is this energy of go-getting spirit. You're raring to go, but at the same time, I feel you're still a little bit exhausted. Okay, so just watch out for that. All things in moderation. Now we do have that King of Wands, and it's in the resistance position, but it does go into the upright, and that will be towards the end of the month. So some of you, you may have come into January 2024 feeling a little bit tired, like how is this going to be different? It's just, the dawn of a new year, but what will change? And I feel everything changes. Your mindset has changed, your approach to your life has changed, and, I feel like you're being a little bit easier on yourself, having a little bit more compassion. That inner critic, I feel you've identified it, and I feel like you're not allowing it to take over your thoughts as you move through 2024. You're really having confidence and belief in yourself that anything is possible, and you're making your dreams become a reality. Remember, thoughts become things, and words are spellings out to the universe. If you say you can't do something, then you're right, because you lose the motivation, the drive, and the energy to even accomplish it. If you tell yourself that you are able to do it, that you can do it, then you're also right, because suddenly the resources appear, the energy, the drive, the motivation, and the dedication. Where you commit yourself with that energy, you will accomplish great things. I see success here for you. You've got the World card. So a lot of you, you may still be tying up loose ends on projects or freeing yourself up for new. It's like, what's next? I get this energy of you maybe even embarking on a new way of living, a new way of working, or even like a new environment in some way, because you're so ready for new. Now, the King of Wands, it will go into the upright, and I get a sense that you're ready to launch something. Some of you may have felt like you're not ready, but you actually are, and you will know the right moment. I feel like you are an influencer. So if you're a parent and you're guiding your children or your child, I feel like you'll influence them in a very wise way, where you allow them to make their own decisions, but at the same time give them gentle guidance based on your experiences, and they really appreciate that. Also, if you're in a career environment, I see you stepping into a leadership position. There's new status here. There's some sort of promotion that gives you more confidence that your abilities are being seen finally, and it's been a while. I feel there could be a new project coming in that it really inspires you. You have an urge to create and to establish yourself in a very exciting role, because you have a lot of experience and you are a natural born leader. So I see more status, I see motivation and a boldness and a drive to push through to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. Also, I see security here as well. So I feel like you're securing your position, everything that you've worked really hard for. And I feel like you're dominating with your energy. Now, I do see that there is someone who perhaps has, I'm just going to pull a card on it, actually, because the King of Wands in this position, it can indicate someone trying to abuse their power or trying to dull your shine in some way. So I'm just going to pull a card on it, because, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Two of Wands Ace of Swords. Now, this could be somebody that you have yearned to talk to, or has kept you waiting in some way, and you want an explanation. You want to understand why. You want to get an answer on something. Sometimes you're never going to get that answer. And the hardest thing to do is to give yourself closure on a situation that seems like unfinished business, okay? Because I feel if someone has kept you waiting for a long time, I feel they're not ready, they're not emotionally available, or they're not available to invest in this situation right now, and nothing you can do or say can make them do it. And also, I feel if you've separated from somebody, or perhaps you've been waiting to hear from somebody and they just haven't stepped up to the plate, I feel actually you're cutting that out. I feel like you're not waiting anymore for anything or anybody. You're going out there and happening to life. So, for example, if you had thought that you were going to heal something with an ex, or you were waiting on a person that you're communicating with right now, but they're not really showing any effort, I feel like you're stepping away from that and recognizing that you're in a very powerful position to attract better into your life. And with love, I feel like you're closing that chapter out and embracing new situations. For some of you, you may have felt that your passion or your drive has been a little bit dormant, or even that spark, that lust for life has, in some way been missing. It's going to return, and January is the catalyst month for change for you, where there's a breakthrough in all areas of your life. The Two of Wands, something you've been waiting for, the universe delivers. There's a transformative energy here. You're going to see lots of coincidences or synchronistic messages with great velocity and speed. There's going to be change here. Something that you've been wanting for some time, almost to the point where you do not expect it to show up anytime soon because you've waited so long. Suddenly it appears and it changes everything. This is good news, whatever this is. Okay, I want you to be aware of that. Also, trust your instincts and your intuition. Okay, if you've been speaking to someone online for a long time, this is what's coming through, and they're not making any moves to actually come and see you or meet up with you. If there's a distance, I totally understand, okay? But if someone is a little bit closer to home and they're not making any moves to meet up, there's a reason. Trust your intuition on that one, okay? I feel like you may step away from that situation and free yourself up from it and move on. You're actually going to meet someone new if you're looking for love, okay, as well there. I do see there's a potential to meet and talk to someone new. So I'm just going to move away from that love energy, because although it's still present in your reading, it just feels like it's not your priority this month. I feel it's more about being inspired, regaining that lust for life, and really having major breakthroughs in, your plans, because the Two of Wands is to plan. It is to expect. It's an energy of yearning, feeling restless, and, basically taking action on a vision that you have, paying close attention to these ideas. They're sent to you for a reason, and the world is your oyster. So I definitely get a sense here that you're going to accomplish great things and be in the flow of organization and of making things happen. Now, that King of Wands, although it's in the resistance position, it does turn into the upright. So this is a very maverick energy, and I feel, it will help you accomplish whatever it is you are focused on. We've also got the Fool card, and your outcome is the Fool card. So it tells me that some of you, you may have felt there is an energy of containment about you. Now, this briefly came up in the Scorpio reading, so perhaps you have Scorpio placements, or maybe it's just how you've been feeling, that there's been some area of your life which felt very contained or has lost that spark. You regain that spark, and it's almost like you express yourself in new ways, and you find new exciting things to connect to. And I feel there's a lot of adventure opened up to you as well. I feel like you're really good at what you do. There's a mastery of what you do, and I feel like you're inspired to, allow yourself to be seen, and you're going to be appreciated, even rewarded for your skill sets or your accomplishments. And also with the Fool card, I feel there's going to be a lot of new things, like a lot of firsts this year for you, where you learn to do new things and you implement them into your life to make your life infinitely better. So whether that's learning how to navigate a move or emigrate, some of you with the World card, you may be thinking about relocating in some way. Some of you may be even purchasing holiday homes, or you may be thinking about retiring, entering a new phase of life. And some of you may open yourself up a little bit more to community, to meet new people, join new environments, and really get the best out of life, because life is short. So I feel that you are recognizing that there's no time like the present. I'm being given the time is now. Okay. So whether it's launch that idea, get yourself out there on the dating scene, whether it is, sorry, my ring is caught in my hair there. Or whether it is like just opening yourself up to new environments and new experiences. I definitely see that you are almost like coming to life this year in a very unexpected but exceptionally exciting way indeed. Okay. Now, of course, we have the Fool card, new beginnings. Now, this could be a new job, could be a new way of living, could be new diet, new exercise routine, or even, moving away from burning the candle at both ends and getting better quality sleep. I definitely see a rejuvenated you as you end the month of January, but also I feel, you're embracing that curiosity for life. You're bringing more fun back into your life. There's an open-heartedness where, you cheerfully hope for the best. And then you see that actually it works out that way. I definitely get an energy here as well where some of you may be getting new keys to something, okay? Because my guides are actually highlighting the keys in this card. So this could be like you're getting like a motor vehicle or a property, or perhaps you're given more status and more responsibility in your working environment, where you're like closing up shop, or you're in charge of like the petty cash, or you're in charge of like documents that are top secret and you have to keep them that way. I feel there's a lot of responsibility, but I feel like you breeze it. It's like you're taking things in your stride. And for some of you, I feel like you may hear of a pregnancy, or you yourself may get pregnant if you're hoping to. Some of you may feel that perhaps time is running out, but I see that there is a window of opportunity for pregnancy if you're hoping for that as well. They're giving me the word excitement. So I feel this card, there's a new vitality there, and I feel like you're on a new journey. And it's not just the new year for you. I feel like, you don't know what's coming. You don't know how you're going to get to where you want to go. Of course, you've got a goal because the World card is present there for you. And with the Five of Wands, it can indicate, yes, you know that perhaps it may be challenging ahead. But at the same time, you're not allowing it to derail you or take that spring from your step. I definitely see that you're launching yourself into exceptionally interesting situations. And some of you may even learn new skills that help you with that as well. I feel like you're embracing all that life has to offer. Now, in terms of finances, I feel that some of you may actually have a second stream of income, or you may be having ideas of how to bring in like an extra side hustle there. I feel it could be connected to helping people in some way. And what I mean by that, it could be something online that is either a course of learning, or some of you may actually use your words, write a book or write a class or a blog or something that helps other people. And there may be some way where you can monetize that. That's what I see there as well. That's coming through there. Now, the Five of Wands is a card of being in training. Okay, so some of you may even decide to go back to class or learn something. You may go back to college or take, an MA, or you may get some sort of qualification or certification that helps you in some way. If you are up for a test, I definitely see that you accomplish great results there as well. So congratulations is in order. Now, the Five of Wands is an interesting card because it can indicate that you are looking at life and what you have to offer. Okay, and you have a lot. You're someone who's very gifted, very talented, very determined, tenacious. You can also be very organized at times. I know it's such a cliche that they say sometimes, Virgos are so organized. And yes, you can be, but there can also be moments of, chaos, but it's that organized chaos. You know, when, like, for example, I'm a Scorpio, okay? And I can have real moments of clarity and organization. But, you know, sometimes I really prefer when my room, especially my bedroom, it's completely in chaos. And that means I know exactly where everything is, because I know that that's on the floor, or that's on the cabinet, or, you know, I threw that over there the other day when I was in that mood, or, you know, I carefully placed that over there underneath that to hide it away, or whatever. It's organized chaos, okay? And I feel like there is that energy to you at the moment, because now don't get this the wrong way. I'm trying to give you the energy that they're giving me. You're going to be very clear about what you want, and at the same time, you're going to be super organized to make things happen. But you're going to be living life on a different level this year, where there's going to be a lot of moments where you're going out, having fun, and like living on the fly, if that makes sense. It's like, you know, spontaneous events, invitations, going on vacations, working really hard, of course, bringing in more money. And at the same time, you may not have time to be spending it getting everything organized or in some sort of like order. So I feel January is that month where you kind of declutter the home space and kind of like are in a mode of reinventing yourself in some way. And then it sets you up for the rest of the year, where you're going to have so many exciting opportunities and things that you hope to achieve and will achieve. It's like you won't have that time where you're like, oh, and now I need to tidy the house or organize. Don't get me wrong. You know, what I mean is, it's kind of like you're going to be having so much fun that other things are going to take a bit of a back seat. I hope that makes sense in some way. I don't know who needs to hear that, but it's coming through there. So now the Five of Wands also indicates that you want to brainstorm new ideas. And, you know, I feel like you are going to have lots of wonderful ideas from left field. Really honor them, because they're so unusual and authentic and unique that they set you apart from everybody else. And if you're someone who is looking for a job right now, a new position, or even if you're currently out of work and you're a little bit worried and stressed about that, I see that there's a new opportunity coming in. If you're going for an interview, this is a card that reminds you that you actually have a lot of strengths, especially if you look at like a job sheet and you think, okay, I've got that, got most of these things, but I don't have that. I feel you don't need to worry about that, because you are someone who is hardworking, you learn really quickly, but also you have so much to offer a position. So remember your strengths. I really feel that's so important to you. And have confidence, because I feel like you're setting yourself up for a win. Just don't overthink it. But I feel already you're identifying where you overthink, and you're trying to nip it in the bud and leave that behind. Now also, the Five of Wands is a card of honoring people's differences. People may have a certain view of how you should live your life, and whilst you may look at that with an element of frustration, I feel like they do want the best for you, but ultimately you're living life on your own terms, and you're making good decisions for yourself there as well. Also, I feel there's someone... It's almost like I get this energy of someone abusing their power in a situation. I keep coming back to it. So there may be in an event... I mean, it could be a work event, it could be a community event. I feel like you know this person, whoever this person is. I feel like they have a very lustful energy towards you. And this person, they may, at this event or invitation, they may overindulge in some sort of substance, and they may make a pass at you, okay? With the Hermit energy and the Fool card and the King of Wands in this position, there's an energy here of like, try as much as possible not to find yourself alone with that person, because they may kind of like take it a little bit too far. Okay, so that's just coming out there as well. Of course, you'll put them in their place, but I just get a sense here that it will just be a little bit uncomfortable. And you know, this is not on you, okay? You shouldn't have to be the one who says someone, you know, pull yourself together and don't put this on me. I feel it's just more for you to safeguard your self in the situation, because, you know, this person, I feel like, as much as possible, keep your distance from this person, okay? Because when an ego is dented, shall we say, so if you've let this person down before, especially if it's in the working environment. Okay, this person, they may be a little bit annoyed or aggressive. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm going to move away from that energy, and I'm sending you a huge hug out there. But I feel actually, because of the placements, I feel with the Five of Wands, you guard yourself against this situation, and I feel, you know, it's not detrimental to your path. But I thought I'd mention it there. Now, also, the Five of Wands, I feel like you're liberating yourself from stressful situations as much as possible. Life is all about ups and downs. You know, we all go through that cycle. But I feel like you're really managing the flow of pressure and stress. And I feel like you're, you know, really managing what's important and what's not. So I feel that you're trying to find more peace of mind and embrace a more playful, lighthearted energy as you approach the world at large. Now, you are an empath, of course, and I feel like you absorb a lot of energy, and you may look at the world events, and with the Five of Wands, there can be a lot of pressure there. You know, there are some new things coming in, don't get me wrong. There's going to be some things that perhaps humanity hasn't seen before happening in 2024 and 2025. But I just get this energy that you're in a really good position to not allow it to affect you. Okay, and if you've been stressing or worrying about something, I feel there's a resource coming in where it will help you. I feel also that you have completed some sort of cycle. Something is coming to an end here for you in January. For some of you, it could be that you're leaving a job, embracing a new position. It could be that you're leaving home and moving into something, you know, more in alignment with who you are. Some of you could be leaving a neighborhood, or you're changing your life in some way, maybe even changing a country where you reside. But I definitely get a sense here of you looking at where you feel like you belong, because your 12th house is influencing you so heavily, and your last card is the World. So I feel that you're acutely aware that there are changes that could pressurize. There may be some policy changes or tax changes or benefit changes that will not work in the collective's favor for a while. I see that happening there too. But I feel like you managed to make things work for you. Also, this is a card that indicates that, yes, you're going to be very productive and you're going to hit all your targets, okay? I feel like you get a lot done, and I feel, you know, all your goals that you're focused on, you will complete, and you're going to feel really proud of yourself. For some of you, you may have even booked some travel at the end of the month, something to look forward to, and I feel there's just a breath of fresh air that comes from this card that makes me feel so much peace. I mean, some of you may even literally be gravitating towards a waterfall. Okay, and I'm hearing that song right now, Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls. It's coming through there. Gosh, that came up in a reading like many years ago maybe, or maybe even like last year. I can't really remember. Don't go chasing waterfalls, but I can't really remember that 100%, so I'm going to have to look that up. But I'm just hearing the chorus. So it's like allowing situations that are not meant for you to pass you by, okay? Because what is meant for you will never pass you by. But also I feel like you're remaining flexible and really grounded. You're in the planning stages of working out what's important for you and what you want to focus on this year. And I feel like you're accomplishing that to the highest degree. And that song may also be relevant. It may play in the next month or so that indicates some awesome news that's coming in that you will celebrate, okay? So I feel there's going to be something that you hear about that perhaps you were even worried about. It's good news, and it puts a spring in your step. So something you're expecting or hoping for that hasn't shown up for a while, it suddenly shows up, and it changes everything for you as well and gives you this new lease of life. I also see two things. A new addition to your family tree, okay? That's coming through there. So that could be through a birth or an adoption there. I mean, it doesn't also have to be, a child. It could be that you're adopting a pet. Some of you may be thinking about that for 2024. That's coming through there as well. And this other energy that I've got coming through is you may change your look in some way or your wardrobe in some way, okay? And it works really well for you. Also, you're going to get a compliment about your looks. I mean, my readings are not about aesthetics, but it is coming in there at the end, so I must mention it. Some of you are going to get a compliment that you do not look your age, and you don't. You have such a wonderful, playful spirit. Life has been hard, and you may have felt a lot of responsibility on your shoulders, but 2024 is actually going to be a bit more of a fun year for you to release the control, to open yourself up to where the universe wants to take you, as well as reach some of the milestones that you intend for yourself. You know, the Fool card, the Fool starts the path taking a chance on life, saying, you know what, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going to have a lot of fun along the way, and trusting that the universe has got your back. And I feel the universe is going to show up for you and send you the resources that you need to accomplish whatever it is that you set out to do. Now, you've also got dog. I mean, as I said, some of you may be adopting a pet there, so that came out very strongly. But we've got dog, friend. Today, I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I mean, all of that came out in your reading. I choose to be happy, and that's what you're doing. You're being very precise, you know, intentional living, and you're choosing the optimistic path rather than choosing to focus on the negative. And that's when you change everything. And also it says, I am a protector and friend. So I do see that, you know, you give people really good advice. They come to you for a reason because you're no nonsense. You tell the truth bluntly as it is, and people need to hear that. Sometimes people, they may not appreciate it, but I feel like they wouldn't come to you if they didn't. So I definitely see that being relevant for you there as well. Also, I see that in 2024, you really build your soul tribe. So if you're currently looking for your soul tribe and you feel a little bit like isolated, alone, some of you may have been dealing with loneliness, and you may be wondering, are you going to connect to people and find people who resonate with who you are? The answer is yes. And I see you opening yourself up to lots of new like hobbies or creative groups, because I feel like you're someone who's acutely talented, and I feel also there's an untapped talent here that you may explore a little bit more in 2024, and you may actually surprise yourself and it becomes a business, even though you may not intentionally make it that way. So for example, you know, if you are you know, working on something creatively just to purify your energy, or as a cathartic tool to get emotions out, someone may actually see your piece of art and say, I absolutely love that. How much is it? I want to buy it. And you're like, whoa, I didn't think I was going to sell my work, but okay. So remember, do not undervalue your work. It's very important to you know, value the time, the energy, and also it's a part of you. You put something of you into that. So really make sure that you, you know, value and price yourself right. Let's put it that way. Thank you so much for it, guys, Grand Angels. I feel this year is more about creative expression for you as well, leading with your passions, being inspired even by the little things, because they really matter. You know, at the end of the day, we cannot take acquisitions or fortunes or riches or things with us. We can take our memories, our experiences, and how we feel with people and, you know, our interactions. And I feel like you're really focusing on more of that this year in 2024. And I feel that's why you're going to build new memories, have exciting opportunities, and really have fun with what life has to offer. Now we have a cat. Interesting, we've got a dog and a cat. So maybe this is more about your independence or this sense of duality. Maybe some of you are really kind of trying to decide between two worlds, where you wonder, should you have a little bit more independent living, be freelance, or take up a long-term opportunity? Some of you may be thinking whether you should rent a property or whether you should buy a property, something that belongs to you and is long-term. Some of you may be thinking about your lifestyle, you know, the people who come in and out of your life. Do you want to settle down and have companions for life? Or are you more in the sort of transitory kind of energy where you're meeting new people, and whilst they are a presence in your world, they're not sort of like everyday people that you would see. So I feel like you're really having a lot of options here. I do see that you are exerting your independence in some way, and the cat is really about strategizing, being very self-sufficient, living life on your own terms, but at the same time with the dog energy, having that base to call home, that sanctuary, and to really have your core people that you can rely on. So I really feel that a lot of you are looking at life on those terms. You know, where do I belong, and how can I free myself up for more independent living or more adventure, but at the same time have that comfort and stability and have it all, basically, that all-rounded balanced energy that you can have. You can have it all. And of course, some of you may be adopting a cat or a dog or both. Or, you know, I feel a cat may actually choose you this year as well. So look out for that too. Now, finally, we have a wonderful rune here, and this is the wheel. It's the Wheel of Fortune. So it's all about your journey. Lots of new messages coming in, you taking the right action, making the right decisions. Okay. Also, if you are in a career, things are changing in your favor. You're leveling up and stepping into a higher level of success. Also, I feel if you're deciding to retire, okay, and have a new lifestyle in some way, or you're changing your lifestyle, I definitely see you're making the right decision, and you're going to be so at peace and happy with it, and it opens you up to more travel, more fun times, and more new people, more culture, and I definitely get a sense that it flavors your life in a way that is unexpected but so rewarding. And also, you're going to be focused on your life's purpose a lot with this rune too. Now, I feel if you've had any delays or upsets in plans, or, you know, unexpected travel problems, I feel like you will be recompensed, or, you know, you find a solution. Things start to free up for you a little bit more there as well. But I feel there is a little bit of extra luck for you this year, and Jupiter really is on your side. Okay, so some good stuff coming. But, you know, the cat is really highlighted to me here, where it's like to be, you know, look before you leap, or to be doing your due diligence. You're in the planning stages of something and you're launching something. So if you think of a cat, you know, they do that like little dance there, and when they are locked on to the object of their desire that they're about to pounce on. And I feel you are really focused this year and about to launch something, or launch yourself into something in a very exciting way. But also the dog energy is like perhaps being a little bit more like protective of your resources, your acquisitions, your finances, you know, making sure you keep an eye on the world events when it comes to, you know, the economic situation. I feel, you know, making sure that your accounts are not linked by license in financial establishments, because you would not be insured for both amounts. But also, you know, saving down any documents like statements, just to prove what, you know, you have in your account should there ever be any gremlins in the system. I definitely see 2024 being a year where we have a lot of electronic gremlins or outages, you know, things like that. So, I mean, you've already started to see it, and I did mention it already in my 2023 predictions, but I feel like you're going to see more of it in 2024. So I feel like you're being really savvy. You know, think of a dog, it buries the bone. Okay, so I feel a lot of you also may be working on something behind the scenes, keeping it to yourself until it's the right moment to reveal as well. But I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates for you. I will do a yearly. This is just a monthly for you there. And if something resonates, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Virgo, and love and light.